Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I am doing my February TBR. I don't know how much I read in January yet because I'm pre-filming this so that I don't have to do quite so much during the weekend of my 24 and 48 readathon. That may or may not be a thing. Anyway, so either way, I would like to get to obviously a lot of books in February, but I handpicked 6 of them that I'm hoping against hope to be able to actually complete in the month of February. The first one is City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. The second one is already out in stores, and I haven't even read the first one. This is a fantasy novel set in 18th century Egypt, Cairo specifically, and it has to do with jinn and magic, and apparently there's a lot of politics in this book. It sounds good, I like the cover, I just have been distracted. And I totally lied, there are 7 books. The next one is Dragon Pearl by Yoon-Ha Lee. This is a science fiction, fantasy, space adventure with an underlying foundation in Korean mythology, which sounds fascinating and really fun, and it's also fairly short, so that's always nice. The next 2 are the last 2 in a series that I have had on my shelves for years, and those are Boston Jackie and Wild Rover No More. These 2 are the 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11th and 12th books in the Bloody Jack series. The series is over there, that's why I keep looking. Anyway, the last 2 books in a 12-book series about a girl who in the start is about 10 in early 1800s London. She is an orphan, so she's living on the street and decides that she doesn't want to be hanged for a loaf of bread. Runs away, cuts her hair, joins the Navy as a not a cabin boy, but, you know, joins the Navy either way. Throughout the next 12 books, she has many adventures all across the globe. I'm excited to see how this ends, but based on the cover of the last one, I'm also really scared because she's gotten out of so many scrapes that if she doesn't get out of this one, I may cry. However, these are short, they're historical fiction, and I love them, and it's time for me to finish the series. I also want to read The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi. This is a YA fantasy set in 1889 Paris during the Universal Exposition. I'm not even going to try to say that in French, because my French will be butchered, and I do apologize, even though I'm not saying it. So, this ragtag band of people obviously has to go and save the world or fix something that's broken. It sounds really good. I love the cover, and it's got a beautiful naked cover as well, which always makes me excited. I've read some of Roshni Chokshi's work. I read Aru Shah, so I know that she's a good writer, and I'm excited to see this one in a more historical setting than Aru Shah was, which I did enjoy, but history is much closer to my heart. Then we go into some non-fiction briefly, which is On Leopard Rock, A Life of Adventures by Wilbur Smith. He is one of my favorite historical fiction authors. He has many books out there, and I believe he is South African, but Wilbur Smith was born in Central Africa and writes about various countries in Africa as a whole, which I just adore. I read his book Assegai, which is one of his Courtney series, when I was in South Africa. My hotel had one of those little library things, and I needed a physical book, so that's what I read. But I'm really excited to get into this because, like I said, he is one of my favorite authors, and I think it'll be really interesting to see where his adventures in his own life have inspired his adventures for his characters in many of the other series. Then I want to read How to Behave Badly in Elizabethan England by Ruth Goodman. This is exactly what it says. It is also nonfiction. Came out in October, and I am beyond excited to read this. Ruth Goodman writes in a very accessible style and includes a lot of personal anecdotes and stuff like that that makes it more interesting than a typical nonfiction. I do still love basically any nonfiction though. This is also about Elizabethan England, so it's right up my alley, and At this point, I haven't read anything about Elizabeth in January, so we're going to start and fix that in February. Those are several of the books I would like to get to in February. I'm hoping to keep it somewhat manageable so that I can branch out should I finish them, which fingers crossed I will do, but we'll see. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!